Is it bad?
Yeah.
Oh, how bad?
This is why we're in here in the beginning. It's freaking cops, all right?
Okay, guys, today's gonna be the craziest day in crypto meme coin trading history.
I'm not associating myself with that.
Quote streamer, it's easily Jack Doherty.
Yeah, we all do things for money.
Jack Doherty, the internet's reigning king of chaos, has once again proven that when it comes to bad decisions, he's in a league of his own. Over the years, he's built a career not on talent, but on controversy, stunts, and a blatant disregard for common sense. And his antics only get worse as the video goes on, because his unmatched desperation for clout is finally starting to catch up with him. You would think going into 2025, Jack would have learnt his lesson from the McLaren crash. But then again, this is Jack Doherty we're talking about. The same guy who thought it would be a good idea to livestream himself driving a $200,000 McLaren in the worst possible conditions with his attention glued to his chat feed.
No!
Honestly, at this point, it just feels like he's deliberately inviting these situations just to create content. Although Jack walked away unscathed, his cameraman Michael wasn't so lucky. He was bleeding profusely. Jack's reaction was not to help his friend, but rather to make sure he gets it all on camera.
There's no f***ing Michael here. Michael, do you have a film on that phone too?
And hours later, instead of reflecting on his reckless behavior, Jack went on a social media rant.
Everyone's so quick to put some shit on me on social media. No one's gone through what I gone through just now. Like I literally almost died in a car accident.
Conveniently ignoring that the crash was his fault.
At least I still got 2 Lambos. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, as you can see, this kid is truly a blueprint for accountability. And you'll notice the same theme throughout the video. But karma has a funny way of working things out.
Well. How the turntables...
Because the whole new year, new me thing doesn't apply to Jack, as he's clearly learned nothing from the whole McLaren incident. Fast forward to today, and Jack has outdone himself yet again, this time with an electric dirt bike. If you thought the McLaren crash was bad, buckle up. Metaphorically, of course, because Jack probably doesn't. So instead of riding the dirt bike where it's meant to be, off-road, Jack decided to perform stunts next to a busy road, without a helmet, because why would Jack let safety get in the way of content? Predictably, this ended with Jack face planting into the pavement, which I'm sure some people are loving right now. The crash left him with a nasty cut above his eye and a wrecked bike.
Look who's filming now. Huh? Is it bad?
Oh, it's tripping, yeah.
Oh, fuck, how bad?
The irony of this is just crazy. But true to form, Jack didn't miss a beat. He live streamed the aftermath from the hospital because nothing says lesson learned like monetizing your injuries.
I'm literally just trying to not play video games, go have fun and be a kid and enjoy my life, right?
Now, you might think that after all these dramatic accidents, Jack would finally take responsibility, right? Of course not. At the hospital, he launched into another rant about how the crash wasn't his fault. It was the cops.
What?
According to Jack, the police had told him he couldn't ride his non-street legal dirt bike on the road.
This is why we're in here in the beginning. It's freaking cops, all right? I was riding my dirt bike on the road, and they always like to cry and fuss about it and give me tickets, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go on the sidewalk, because this is an electric dirt bike. I'm really not committing no crime.
So Jack's solution was to take his stunts to the sidewalk. What happened next was a mix of bad physics and even worse judgment. Jack attempted jumps on the sidewalk, flipped the bike, and gravity handled the rest. But sure, Jack, blame the cops for trying to keep you off the road, because sidewalks are definitely a substitute for a motocross track. Well, maybe for some pro riders, but not this guy. So after all these crashes, I wouldn't be surprised if this guy struggles to operate a shopping cart at a grocery store. Keeping in mind that even pro riders wear helmets, which I guess Jack's too good for, and you know he wouldn't want to mess up his hair that he has a weird obsession with. But you'd think someone with a history of accidents and as talentless as Jack would invest in basic safety gear. But Jack apparently prefers to live life on the edge. And let's not forget, this is the same guy who claimed he was driving in so-called
family-friendly mode
during the McLaren crash. Yes, because nothing screams family-friendly like being glued to your phone while driving in the rain.
It was the only time I ever drove the McLaren in like eco mode.
Oh yeah, no, sure, totally, Jack. Whatever you say, because fuel efficiency totally overrides the laws of physics. Great logic there. But Jack's dirt bike crash isn't an isolated event. It's a part of a larger pattern of recklessness and deflection. His career has been spiraling for months, even years, and his desperate attempts to claw back relevance have only made things worse. Jack Doherty's plunge into the crypto world was as messy as you'd expect. A few months ago, Jack decided to capitalize on the meme coin craze, hyping up a pump and dump scheme as the next big thing. In a live stream, he claimed he was doing this for the community and pretended to poll his audience on which coin to buy.
Alright, let's see what we got. We got a bunch of stuff. Guys, what coins have you been buying recently? Any guesses as to what my coin is going to be? I'm excited, guys.
But it was clear from the start that the decision had already been made. Jack claimed he was about to make
Straight cash.
urging his viewers to join in. He invested $1,000 into McLaren coin, likely receiving a hefty pre-launch payout as a part of the scam. But I mean, come on, when he called it McLaren coin, we all knew the shit was gonna crash. And after an initial spike, viewers watched in real time as the value of the coin plummeted, confirming their suspicions that Jack was committing a classic rug pull. In a desperate attempt to try fool these fans, he added another $200, declaring, "I'm in McLaren coin for the long run." The long run lasted a whole 15 minutes before the stream abruptly ended. His audience, many of whom are young and impressionable, were left with empty pockets and broken trust. Jack's blatant cash grab wasn't just unethical, it was pathetic. Instead of learning from his mistakes, Jack once again prioritized short-term profit over integrity, isolating even more of his shrinking fanbase. So, after this crypto scheme further eroded his already fading fanbase, Jack's desperation became even more apparent. Rumors swirled that he was buying views to inflate his shrinking audience.
Okay, Jack Doherty with the views. Look at robot views. Okay, let's see stable Ronaldo. Okay, let's see. Oh.
Honestly, would it surprise anyone? Because in a bid for attention, Jack sent $1,500 worth of gifted subs to Kai Sinet, hoping for a shoutout. But Kai's reaction was exactly what we were all hoping for.
Nah, he was doing bad all year, chat. I'm not associating myself with that. He was doing bad all year, chat. That's not good vibes. We just finessed him out of 300, chat.
It's clear that even other streamers like Nick Merckx and FaZe Banks have had enough of him.
He's one of the worst.
He does the same thing, right?
While FaZe Banks labeled him
Whoa, streamer. Whoa. It's easily Jack Doherty. Everybody knows it, obviously.
The pics he took after the crash was fire, though. I'm gonna be honest. Crazy take. It worked.
But he didn't stop there. Banks said that his belt buckle was worth more than Jack's girlfriend's entire OF career. Damn. The internet took Banks' side, piling onto Jack's already crumbling reputation. If Jack was looking for sympathy or support, he clearly didn't find it in Banks' remarks. Instead, he got a stark reminder that his antics aren't just tiresome, they're alienating even fellow creators. But fellow creators calling him out was just the start, because Jack's decline hit another low when he agreed to an interview with YouTuber PackGod. Thinking it would be an opportunity to redeem himself, Jack walked into what turned out to be a roast session disguised as journalism. It was just beautiful to see Jack finally being confronted and how stupid it made him look.
Gotta gamble. I don't like gambling. I'm not really for gambling.
So why are you doing a gambling deal then?
PackGod grilled him on everything from his gambling promotions to his OF ventures, exposing the ethical nightmare due to the fact that Jack has a young audience. So what was Jack's defense?
Yeah, we all do things for money, but...
Oh my. This response was so tone deaf, it could have been written in a satire sketch. And when the questioning got more intense, Jack resorted to his usual tactics: nervous laughter, deflective jokes, and an endless loop of
No, I'm kidding.
But Packard wasn't letting him off the hook. He pressed Jack further, exposing his hollow justifications for promoting gambling and OF. Jack's excuses such as,
If I don't get someone into gambling because of my videos, then someone else is gonna get that person into gambling.
only added fuel to the fire. The most telling moment came when Packard asked Jack if he felt proud of his actions. Jack tried to double down, claiming he analyzes his mistakes and grows from them. But the irony is impossible to miss. If anything, Jack has been stuck in a cycle of repeating the same bad decisions. The results of the interview was a complete dismantling of Jack's already crumbling reputation. But Jack's bad decisions aren't limited to crashes and scams. Jack was also kicked off a cruise ship, which led everyone on the ship to cheer when he got kicked off.
Too bad.
And I don't know how Jack can say he analyzes his mistakes and tries to learn from them when this was his response.
Hey, dumbasses, I have a private jet back to fucking Florida tomorrow. Who gives a f? I could not care less. You guys have to get 24 hours on that shit to get home. I got an hour flight on a PJ. I can bring whatever the f I want.
At this point, Jack has become a role model on how not to act as a creator. His reckless stunts, shady schemes, and constant deflection of blame have alienated fans, peers, and even random cruise ship passengers. Jack's antics aren't just laughable, they're dangerous. Live streaming while driving, recipe for disaster. Blaming others instead of taking responsibility, that's how you end up on a crash streak. I mean, man's one away from a UAV at this point. But the truth is that Jack hasn't just lost his cars or his bikes, he's losing everything. His fans, his credibility, and his relevance are all slipping away, and yet he refuses to change. At this point, the best move for Jack might be to step away from the stunts and reflect on his life choices. But knowing Jack, he'll probably double down on the chaos. After all, what's one more crash when you're already at rock bottom? So, Jack, if you're watching this, it's time to hang up the keys, park the bike, and maybe just stick to walking. Never mind. Knowing your track record, even the sidewalk might be too risky.